First and foremost, let's give all praise and honor to our Lord and personal Savior, Qam Yasharahla. A lot's going on, so let's get to it. Our first story up today is about coronavirus. Coronavirus apparently is ravaging the United States of America. United States having roughly 4% of the population, world population, having 25% of coronavirus cases and deaths. The World Health Organization said the pandemic is speeding up and the worst is yet to come. Now, in the United States, Florida had 6,000 cases in 24 hours. California had 8,328 cases in 24 hours. Beaches in South Florida are closing this upcoming so-called holiday weekend. And the same thing in California. Texas is actually protesting at the state capitol because their bars are closing. Pity Texas. But when you think about it, think about all the places that are surging right now. Florida, California, Texas, Arizona. Some of the most racist places in the United States, which of course is a racist nation. But they stand above and beyond. Florida, George Zimmerman. Texas, James Byrd getting dragged behind a pickup truck. Arizona is where John McCain got reelected every time he ran. You know, California, Rodney King, the LAPD. The Most High is, he has very good aim. So let's keep going with the coronavirus. There is a curfew in the town of Palm Beach. From 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. Starting July 2nd. Might just keep going on. It says indefinite. Arizona reverses their opening, calling for closures in water parks, bars, and nightclubs. Okay, the CDC just issued a statement saying the U.S. has too much virus to control the pandemic. Too much virus. All praise to the Most High. Also, there are new viruses coming out daily. The newest virus is from China. It's a strained flu virus from pigs. Has the potential to become a pandemic virus. Also, in France, the Cristoli virus is newly discovered. It makes your brain swell. I don't know what it feels like to have my brain swell, but I'm assuming it doesn't feel good. Read that Bible. Also in the news, in Minnesota, 8 correction officers have filed suit against the Minnesota Department of Human Rights because they were taken off the floor when that devil that put his knee on George Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes came into the jail. They're stating that he is receiving special treatment. Almost reminds you of Dylan Roof after he shot and killed 9 Jakes in the church. Received a Burger King before he got booked in jail. Conspiracy isn't the word. And conspiracy isn't the word because it starts from the very top. From the very top of the food chain of Edomites to the very bottom, trailer park trash, we are receiving the same treatment. So you could say conspiracy, or you can say it's everybody. So Trump's channel has been suspended from Twitch due to hate speech. The President of the United States has been suspended from a social media platform because of hate speech. That says a lot. And Twitter also, as we know, has placed several warnings of hate speech on his tweets. Also in the news, a killer going by the name of the Golden State Killer has pled guilty to his crimes. Nearly 50 sexual assaults, over a dozen murders. Joseph D'Angelo Jr., 74, Edomite
Look at
was a
this
police
panel wearing
officer,
this damn beast, man.
and that's how he got away with his crimes, going back from the 70s, and he just got sentenced. So the Most High, spiritually, is what I'm thinking this means. You know, the Most High brought this case out to reinforce what's going on today. You notice how a lot of Jakes are being hung. I think we're up to 7 now. And the police come out immediately and say that it's a suicide. We all know that's a lie. Jake does not know how to tie a noose, let alone we go out in the middle of a forest somewhere and kill himself. But what can happen, which seems more realistic, if you look at also Tariq Nasheed touched on this yesterday. Police arrested Edomites that were dressing up as police officers, handcuffs and everything. So what's more likely happening is Jake is being pulled over by either the real police or these fake police, getting handcuffed and then executed.
This white devil in America was worse.
Also, before we go on, I would like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Turmeric Tea. Israel, drink some turmeric tea. All you need is some turmeric, some hot water, and a sprinkle of black pepper, and you're good. Get all those toxins out of your brain that Esau has been planting in your body since birth. That'll be mercury, lead, arsenic was in the drinking water, fluorides in the drinking water. Turmeric can help clear that out of your body and out of your brain. Drink turmeric tea. Also in the news, heavy shelling between Russia and Ukraine. 2 Ukrainian soldiers, mercenaries, whatever you want to call them, were killed. 2 Russian soldiers were killed. That's something to keep an eye on. Also, India and China still gearing up for World War III type implications. India deploys T-90 tanks to the Galwar Valley. These tanks are going to be able to maneuver through that rough terrain. Keep an eye on that. Also, China passed laws in Hong Kong regarding what can be done to the citizens of Hong Kong if they are in collusion or in secession or subversion of the Chinese government. The U.S. also passed sanctions as a result of these laws that China passed in Hong Kong. If you remember, Hong Kong, before this whole thing happened, coronavirus and everything, Hong Kong was turning up, having their riots and protests pretty much every day. And it stopped because of coronavirus. And the reason why they were having those protests was because of these laws, which just got passed. So now that's going to turn up. Taiwan released a statement condemning these laws. So India and Pakistan. Seems like India can't catch a break. Well, when you read Jeremiah 49 verse 37 on down, you realize this is biblical prophecy. So Pakistan got attacked. Their stock market got attacked yesterday. The prime minister of Pakistan came out saying, we have no doubt that it was India that did it because we're waiting for this. They said they got intel 2 months ago regarding such an attack. And now that it happened, we're going to see how Pakistan responds. So India is dealing with Pakistan and China simultaneously. Also, as I was doing this broadcast, I got a notification that Iran has been struck by something and possibly a missile, and the a hospital is on fire. And this is Tehran, India. I mean, Slovakia. Tehran, Iran. So, was it Israel that struck them? Was it the United States? I'm pretty sure they didn't blow themselves up. If you look into, it was a glowing orange fire that in Tehran as well, like a day or two ago. They said it was a gas leak or something like that. Now that this happened in the hospital, we got to look more into that. Of course, I don't live in Iran, so I don't have, you know, that type of information. But something is definitely going on in Tehran, Iran, and when they respond, we'll see what happens. Now, one of the biggest stories that come out is this: Russia has been accused of giving finances to terrorists, so-called terrorists, to eliminate the United States military that's in Afghanistan. Now, Trump said he never even heard about this, which is actually a lie. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy claims to have seen the intel and said it's not a joke and that soldiers have died as a result. Ironically enough, the same president that's saying he's going to make America great is turning a blind eye to Russia dictating the murder of United States soldiers. Maybe he's not a patriot after all. John Bolton, claimed to brief Trump in March of 2019 regarding this situation. So that's a lie. The president is in collusion with Russia. Imagine that. The Most High is working, y'all. And I'm sure by the time you watch this, it's been plenty of other news reports to come out regarding these end time prophecies. Stay focused. Shalawam.